very medieval vibes I got going today. But the group date was just an opportunity to go in this Fort Manuel and show the ladies a little bit of history. And the goal today was to see if they would fight for my honor, I think. But it was an awesome day. Every woman just really committed to it, and we had a great time today.
Now, you were a contestant on Charity Season. What has surprised you the most about being the Bachelor?
It's way different. This is a different setup being on this side. You obviously have a lot more responsibility, but the biggest thing I've noticed was just how much you have to be available for so many different people. It's a lot easier to focus on one person. It's a lot different to focus on 15 at the moment that are here.
And is it challenging having feelings for multiple women?
Very challenging. It feels wrong at moments, to be honest about it, but truthfully, all I'm trying to do is be present in every conversation and giving everything I can to each woman because they deserve that.
And what are you looking for in an ideal partner, and has that changed since the show started?
The same roots are there. I'm looking for a best friend. I'm looking for someone I can take on life with. I'm learning more and more about where I think personalities fit more, and I am learning that through all this. I'm going to understand more who's the best person for me, but I'm open to it, and I'm just really excited about every woman that is here right now.
And what was your family's reaction when they found out you were going to be on The Bachelor, and how have they been feeling about it?
Yeah, my family was very excited. I think my youngest sister was the only one that was a little bit worried because she knew I'd be putting myself out there again. But overall, they're just excited for me. They have faith in me in terms of the decisions I'll be making, and I think they're hoping that they get the opportunity to meet some of these women and have an amazing experience as well.
Now we're getting closer to hometown dates. What is the most important factor for you when deciding who to take that step with?
Bringing up hometowns already, I love it. Yeah, hometowns still feel far away, but they will be around the corner before I know it. Pretty much for me, I'm looking for someone that really has a strong connection by that point. I want to make sure if I'm going into someone else's home, I can speak truly about how I'm feeling about that person. That's my main focus. I don't want to be bringing anyone to that hometowns portion unless I feel a strong and true connection, so that's where I'm at. I was lucky that two had reached out. I had Ari and Ben Higgins just send me a DM checking in on me and making sure I was doing okay. Sadly, they reached out during the craziness of all of it, and I never got a chance to really connect with them. But just for them to even send me a message, let me know that I have some of them in my corner, and that means a lot.
I've got a quick little game. You say Rose if you like it, Thorn if you don't like it.
Love it.
Rapid fire.
Let's do it.
Wild limo entrances.
Surprisingly, Rose.
Going in for a kiss on the first night.
Surprisingly, Rose.
Hometown dates.
Rose.
Group dates.
Let's say Rose Thorn.
Rose ceremonies.
Thorn.
When the cocktail party gets canceled.
Thorn.
Fantasy Suite Week.
Obvious Rose.
2-on-1 dates.
Thorn.
And then being the Bachelor.
Rose.
What was your reaction when you found out that Joey was going to be the Bachelor, and what drew you to him?
Yeah, I was actually so excited whenever I found out Joey was the Bachelor. So I did not watch Charity Season, but all of my friends were telling me how great of a guy that Joey was. And I was like, you know what? I trust what they're saying, and I'm going to really go through with this process and commit to it wholeheartedly, but commit to it organically as well. And so when I was kind of going through the whole process, I had people in my mind just based off of like their bios and their photos, and Joey was #1. And so when I found out it was Joey, I was just like, it's fate. It's 100% fate for me to be here, for me to meet Joey. And so he just has such a tender heart and is such a good person that I would have a really hard time imagining me being here with anyone else.
Yeah, I was so excited. I was hesitant about doing it, and then I found out it was Joey, and I was so stoked.
What do you like so much about him?
He just has such a genuine heart. He's super cute, and he's pretty funny too.
I found out Joey was going to be the Bachelor live at After the Final Rose, and the whole time I was just thinking, like, please be Joey, please be Joey, please be Joey. So when he was finally announced, I was just like super excited. He was who I was hoping it would be. And yeah, I think he's just someone that's so admirable, and just such a genuine, down-to-earth human. And I think he would be someone that would make like just the perfect lifelong partner.
I think the biggest thing I like about Joey is his genuineness. I think being here, I'm really seeing that firsthand. He's constantly checking in with like how I'm doing, with the experience, and just being here, and it honestly means a lot to me.
This is a unique dating situation. One man, a lot of women. How's it been for you seeing Joey maybe developing feelings for other women?
Yeah, I mean, very truthfully, this is an experience and a process that you really can't prepare for. And so you go into it thinking, right, like, oh, like I'm going to have a perfectly good time with it. It's not going to be a big deal. But then as group dates happen and one-on-ones happen, and then you're on a group date with someone who maybe previously had a one-on-one and you see their connection right there in the group date, it can like make you feel uncomfortable. But I think it's also a really awesome feeling, learning how to become comfortable with the uncomfortable. And at the end of the day, for me, like I know who I am at my core, and I'm either Joey's cup of tea or I'm not. And I know that he is 100% gonna find his wife here, because the women in this house, the women on this season are just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting, but I think for me, I kind of try to like make it like just about me and like my experience, and then I kind of try to like, of course you're gonna like see things, but I try to just focus on like me and him, because I know in like the bigger like scheme of things, it's more important to focus on that than worry about the other connections he's making too.
Yeah, I mean, I would be lying if I said it's not hard to like go on a group date when there's like 12 other women. I know a lot of the other women are like, it's fun, it's a group date. And like, it's hard for me to honestly focus sometimes because I'm looking at like who he's looking at and like maybe who he has a connection with. So it's definitely different. And I honestly wouldn't be here if it weren't him, because it's just like hard to date one person when there's so many of us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you and say that it's been easy. I think right now I'm leaning into practicing patience, security, and self-confidence, and really trying to focus on him and I and have tunnel vision for that, and to kind of understand that everything else is just part of the process.
Now, if things were to work out and Joey were to give you his final rose,
Yeah.
are you ready for a potential engagement?
Yes, I'm so ready. That would be best case scenario.
Why do you think he would be the perfect long-term life partner?
I think he would be the perfect long-term partner because he honestly has so many qualities that I've looked for, and he actually reminds me like a lot of my dad, and that's so much of what I look for in people that have kind of how they treat people with so much kindness, how they're honest, and they just like to have fun and make the most out of life.
Yeah, I would absolutely be ready for an engagement. The two things I've really ever wanted in life is to be a wife and to be a mom. And so for me, like I'm 26 and I still am not a wife, and it's kind of upsetting, but I understand that like God has a plan for me, and maybe Joey is the person that I'm supposed to end up with. And if an engagement does come, I would be so honored and so thrilled to be Joey's wife one day.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready to get engaged. I've been thinking about this for a long time. I'm 31. I'm getting up there. I'm ready to find my man.
I'm definitely ready. I feel like I'm in a place in my life where I'm really happy with all of the bits and pieces that are coming together, and I think the last thing that is kind of missing is just to have a partner in all of that. And so I'm really looking to build a future with someone, and so I would just die if I was his final rose.